Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Electric vehicle manufacturing expanding once again. Stellantis announcing today that it will build a new EV battery factory. Thanks for joining us this noon. I'm Rhonda Walker. Automakers continue to push electric vehicles as many hope to phase out combustion vehicle production in the coming decades. But this announcement comes amid contract talks with United Auto Workers Union. So let's get to Rod Maloney, our business editor, joining us live. And Rod, do we know where that plant will be calling home, and will it be in Michigan?
Yes, it's going to be in Lordstown, Ohio, and it's going to be the second of two plants in Lordstown. They're going to be dealing with Samsung to help them build these batteries. And this is a plant that they had talked about being one size, but now they have upsized it. And so, as we understand, it becomes the third battery plant that Stellantis has now announced. So they've got one going up in Windsor, and they have another one in Kokomo, Indiana. Those two plants, and I should say it's Kokomo, Indiana, by the way. I want to be very clear about that. Those two plants have already been announced. They expect to have vehicle batteries going on in 2025. But this next one in Kokomo is also going to be taking a bigger step, making more batteries. And so that's the deal that they want to go with. And so one of the things that you talked about was the UAW contract talks. And what they have said is that they don't like these joint ventures because they figure that they come in at a lower cost and they don't pay the workers as much. And so as the combustion engine plants end up going away, these new plants will be bringing on jobs, but they don't come with the same pay that the old ones do. That's going to become a very contentious issue now, as it looks like they're going to be doing. So as it stands right now, Carlos Tavares talked about this. He said, quote, "This new facility will contribute to reaching our aggressive target to offer at least 25 new battery electric vehicles for the North American market by the end of the decade." And so what we've got now is 3 Stellantis battery plants going up. Of course, one of the concerns now is acceptance, because we're only about 7% of electric vehicles now being sold in this country. Part of that problem, of course, being the difficulty in getting vehicles charged. So a lot of this is roiling around. We've talked to a couple of analysts today, and we'll certainly have more coming up on this on Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. Reporting live in Auburn Hills, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Oh, this transition into all EVs is certainly interesting and evolving by the day. Thank you, Rod. Detroit police are investigating a shooting that left one man dead early Sunday morning. The victim is believed to be between 25 and 30 years old. He was found shot several times on McNichols near Prest. And police are looking for a light-colored 4-door sedan, but have little else to go on. And a man charged with killing his neighbor was back in court this morning. Prosecutors say that a situation escalated when Michael Lackey got into an argument with a neighbor over a package that was delivered from a year ago. Now, today's court appearance is for a competency hearing to determine if Lackey is fit to stand trial. Family, friends in the community are stepping up efforts to help find the person who shot and killed Dr. Devon Hoover. He was murdered in his Detroit home back in April. A person of interest was questioned, but was eventually released. On Sunday, a group passed out new flyers in the neighborhood where he lived and announced the reward in this case is now over $22,000. Detroit's 36th District Court is fully reopened to the public today. Since the start of the pandemic in 2020, the court was closed to those not directly involved with the case. Many cases will still happen over Zoom. So if you do have business at the court, make sure that you double check all of your paperwork. You'll want to double check the Forewarn the app today, because there are some changes headed in the sky, even though it's been off to a sunny start.
Yeah, that's right, Rhonda. Especially into the afternoon, I think we're going to need the umbrella a little bit with some thunderstorms on the way by late this afternoon. Tower Cam up in Southfield, good afternoon to you. Plenty of sunshine and a little bit of high cloud cover, and that's warming us up very quickly this afternoon. We're up to 79 right now here in Detroit, 76 over in Ann Arbor, 79 as you work up into Lapeer, and 78 right now checking in with us over in Monroe. That's the story for pretty much everyone, mid to upper 70s, 75 right now in Sandusky. Lee, 79 in Port Huron, 81 at City Airport, and 76 right now as you work over into Grosse Ile. Temperatures heading for the mid-80s this afternoon, but once we get past 2 to 3 o'clock, we start to bring in the chance for a few thunderstorms this afternoon and into this evening, and we will hold the chance of a few thunderstorms around all the way through Wednesday. Some of those could be strong to severe by Wednesday afternoon before our first heat wave arrives by the time we get to the end of the week. I'll break down your severe potentials, when we'd expect those storms, and how high the thermometer is going to go. The details in your full warn forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Brian. It has been so hot in Arizona. Doctors are seeing a spike in patient burn by simply falling on the ground. People in Maricopa County, which is the home of Phoenix, are being brought into the emergency room with significant, sometimes life-threatening burns. The director of the burn center says all 45 beds have patients, with third being patients who fell on and burned themselves. With the historic heat gripping the area, the asphalt can be dangerously hot, as high as 180 degrees at certain times. A political showdown at the southern border is heating up after Texas installed a series of large buoys in the Rio Grande. The Justice Department says Texas Governor Greg Abbott's latest effort to deter migrants is inhumane and must be removed. NBC's Bree Jackson has more from Washington.
The Justice Department says that Texas has until later today to commit to removing the buoy wall or get sued. A political battle at the U.S.-Mexico border. The Justice Department says Texas Governor Greg Abbott has until this afternoon to have a plan to remove the 1,000-foot buoy wall installed in the Rio Grande or face legal consequences. Abbott's latest tactic to stop migrants has drawn major backlash.
Barbaric behavior, and Texans are shocked, they're outraged. It's not just these buoys or barrels, they've got this netting them, this wire netting underneath them, which can trap people.
In a letter sent last week, the Justice Department states the buoys violate federal law, raise humanitarian concerns, present serious risks to public safety and the environment.
If a court determines that these floating buoys fall within the Rivers and Harbors Act, and they're the kinds of things that the state needed permission from the federal government in order to place, then the state of Texas will likely be forced to remove these buoys.
Some Republicans insist Congress and the Biden administration need to do more to secure the border.
The governor, no doubt, is doing everything he can to secure the border, but there is a disconnect between what is happening at the top and the person at the ground that is delivering, that is doing the actual function.
Illegal border crossings are down from record highs, but remain a hot button issue. The buoy wall is part of Operation Lone Star. That's Texas's multi-billion-dollar program aimed at countering migration. It also includes busing migrants from Texas to Democratic-led cities such as Washington, D.C. In Washington, Bree Jackson, back to you.